Hi, I'm Chris, and this is the sub that you'll be using for your trip today. Our sub is really simple, really easy to use. You just breathe normally, just like you would on land, as with anything else. Our sub is filled with air to make sure that air is flowing in there all the time, so there's no need for you to stop breathing during your trip. In fact, our number one rule for you is to never stop breathing for the day's trip. The tank, right in front of the sub, actually keeps air flowing into this bubble so that air never runs out. Now this tank can provide you with 90 minutes of air. Now the sub itself functions under one of the oldest theories in diving. That's the bell effect. What that involves is that if you were to take a bell and place it upside down and place it in any body of water, that air cannot leave that bell unless the bell is tilted to the left or to the right of it. This sub cannot be tilted because it has weights in place at the bottom, so the sub will always be upright. Now to enter the sub, we're just going to place the sub in the water, and you're going to enter the water down the ladder. You're then going to reach over, grab the tops of the sub, and slide your hands down the sides, let go of the ladder, and push your body under and up into the sub. Now to exit the sub, you're going to slide your hips out of the back of the sub, slide your arms back up the side, and reach for the ladder. If for any reason you didn't want to get your hair or your face wet, you have contacts or anything, you can always just let us know, and we can always lift this sub up out of the water, and you can enter the sub using that exact same technique.
Place your hands on the seat. Remember, just clear your head and equalize all the way down.
Now, as we descend into the water, because of the weight of the water, the air that we're breathing compresses. Therefore, we need to equalize certain air spaces in our body to keep them the same size at depth as they would normally be in the surface. The first and most important airspace is the one in our lungs, and it just so happens to be the easiest one to equalize. To do so, you just breathe continuously and never hold your breath. The second airspace is the one in our ears. To equalize those, you pinch against the nostrils and exhale very gently through your nose, and you will feel the air pop. Now when you first enter the sub, it's going to feel really unusual for the first few seconds. But that's only because of the loud sound that the air makes as it travels up from the tank into the sub itself. Also, you're going to feel a bit of tingling around your shoulders. But that in itself is just a constant reminder that you do have fresh air flowing into the sub for all times. Now let me tell you a bit more about operating the sub. It's a lot like driving a car. Only difference is it only has 2 speeds, on and off. To actually steer the machine, you can always turn it to the left or to the right. At the beginning of the dive, the instructor is going to bring each of you down one by one and put you all in the group. Once you're ready, we'll start the tour. Remember, you all want to stay together and try not to get too close to the reef, because things tend to appear further away than they actually are in this big bubble. Now during your dive, the only person able to hear you speaking in this sub is you. So to accommodate that need, we have certain hand signals just to understand where your head is at under the water. As you're descending into the water, we're going to keep giving you the big "Are you okay?" signal. If everything is fine and normal with you, you can always give us back the okay signal. I know everything is right. If something is wrong, this is our something's wrong signal. you can always say something is wrong with my air, something is wrong with my stomach, and we understand your problem. If for some reason you wanted to go back up to the surface, you can always give us the go up signal. And if you wanted to descend and continue your dive, the go down signal works just fine. Now at certain points during your dive, we're going to stop as a group and check out a really beautiful reef or shipwreck. This is going to be our stop signal, and you can always just go ahead and press the off button and your sub will stop immediately. Now during your dive, you don't have to worry about going too deep or getting separated from the group, because the sub is actually attached to a line that's tethered to a buoy that keeps you at a maximum depth of about 20 feet. This buoy points upright into the water, and our captain can always monitor those buoys during the dive just to make sure everyone is together. Now the divers that'll be down there with the group are going to come over every now and again just to check the air gauge to make sure that you have enough air to comfortably complete your dive. Here at Start Coves, we're very environmentally conscious, so we want to ensure that each and every one of our divers treat our reef with care and respect. If your sub ever comes into contact with the reef, it will kill the coral it touches, so be sure to keep your distance from any living organisms on the reef. We want our reefs to stay vibrant and healthy, so that when your children come back, they will see the same beautiful sights that you were able to see. You will, however, get the opportunity to get close to our beautiful tropical fish, and even get to hand feed our yellowtail snappers, blue tangs, sergeant majors, parrotfish, and many others. Do not leave the sub at any point during the dive. At the end of the dive, the instructor is going to bring each of you up one by one, and there's no need to equalize. Just remember to breathe normally and freely, just like you normally would. Once you're at the surface, the instructor will tell you when it's okay for you to exit the sub. Now the points to remember, guys, is to breathe normally and freely throughout your whole dive. Never hold your breath. Equalize your airs early and often. Never leave the sub. Smile for the camera and enjoy your dive. Now during your sub adventure today, you will have the opportunity to go snorkeling, and I want to show you how to do just that. We're going to start with the mask. Keep in mind your mask should seal fully over your face and keep out all water. So what I'm going to ask is that everyone with that nice long hair, just go ahead and push that hair back from your forehead, because the mask won't seal over the hair. Also, my gentlemen with the mustaches, you guys may have a bit of water leaking in there, but it's not much to get concerned about. Now when you're putting on your mask, you actually want this back strap to come right above the crown of the head. Just like so, right above the ears. And it prevents the nose leaking. Now when you're breathing with your snorkeling mask, you actually want to point your face straight down in the water, and your snorkel will point straight up into the air, and you can breathe freely through your mouth. If you do happen to get water in that snorkel, you just blow out really hard, or shout the number 2, and that will clear that snorkel of all water. Now, here at Start Cove, each of our snorkelers are required to wear a snorkel vest. When you're putting that on, you also want to put the snorkel vest right over your head, one strap over the shoulder, comes in between your legs, and clips in the front. The other strap goes around your waist and clips on the side. Now to put air into that snorkel vest, you want to push down on the sides of the nozzle and blow into the hole. To deflate, you want to push down the sides and hug yourself, and that will let out all of the air. And last but not least, with your fins. When you're using those, you actually want to kick from your hips and bend your knees as little as possible. But otherwise, it's all going to be pretty simple, pretty easy, and pretty straightforward. There's a white buoy line in the water at the back of the boat that you can hold on to until you get a bit more oriented. Otherwise, enjoy your snorkeling and sub experience.